Alright everybody, and welcome back to my channel, and today we're going to be taking a look at the brand new 2021 Lemax Point Dread Lighthouse. Let's get into it. Okay, so the Point Dread Lighthouse. This thing is super cool and there's a lot to get to, so let's get right into it here. Alright, it was released in 2021, of course, and I'm going to give you the SKU number at the top. Like I told you, I'm trying to get better at that. So we are going to be looking at a SKU number both for Lemax and Michaels of 15722. Now for some dimensions. This thing is huge, so prepare yourself because we're going to be looking at 12.20 inches high, 7.87 inches wide, and 8.07 inches deep. If you are looking this one up on the Lemax website, those dimensions are out of order, so I did go ahead and measure it myself, and when I read them to you now, I did read them in order. However, on the Lemax website, they are kind of listed, the height and the stuff is all mixed up, but no worries, I double checked everything and read them here correctly. Okay. Let's talk power. It is a standard 4.5 volt adapter and it is included and it draws about 380 milliamps. So you're not going to want to put this one on those multi adapters. You want to use a single adapter. It comes with one, use the one in the box, or a single one that you have laying around should be just fine. Okay, it has a standard volume, control switch, volume power control switch like we see on most of their houses, and it is made of a poly resin. The product type is Sights and Sounds, and that about wraps up the fine details. Now look, I'm pushing, kind of through that because there is so much detail here, and I want to make sure we cover it all and not take 10 days trying to do it. So, okay. This is exactly how it came out of the box. I've had some really good luck this year with this stuff. I mean, it's pretty much been flawless. A couple minor details along the way, but really this has been a phenomenal year for Lemax. I know shipping sometimes can be a scary thing, but I've had some pretty good luck this year. So we're gonna start from the top and work our way down. So right here at the top, we have it's a lighthouse. So it's the total center point of the lighthouse. Now, this does light up. It kind of fades in and fades out. It's a little dim, but it does do it. And it looks a lot better in the, in the dark, obviously. So you're not really gonna see it too much right now because I have a bunch of, camera lights and stuff shining on it. But when I hit the lights later, you will see that it kind of fades in and out. It's a little dim, but it gets the job done. Now for the animation, there is so much of it with some really cool characters. So I'm gonna see if I can bring you in here a little bit. So we have our pumpkin friends. They remind me of like the pumpkin people from the Isle of Creepy Jacks. It's just like that, really. So I like that. I like pumpkin people. It's a great idea. Moving down, we have a bunch of people riding what, I don't know exactly what it is, but it looks dangerous and it is just killer. And if you listen to the soundtrack, it kind of interacts with them, even though there's not like individual lighting and stuff for them. It, makes some kind of, comical stuff about them. So it's really cool to listen to and it makes sense when you're looking at the piece as a whole. But it's really cool. I mean, there's so much detail just in this top we're looking at right now. It's absolutely incredible. There is just people everywhere, but shout out pumpkin people. All right, moving further down, like I said, I'm going to press this 100 times here. The detail on this piece is unbelievable. Every inch of this has something to see, from the skulls to the figures to the lights to, just everything. You can even see it looks like the walls kind of busted out and there's some brick coming through. They didn't have to do that. They could have just made the whole thing stone, but they did it. They went the extra mile on this piece. There's just no question about it. All right. Coming further down here, we have some more people kind of going around the bottom of the lighthouse. And we also have a skull guy, reaper kind of guy here in the middle. I don't know if he's like renting stuff out. I don't remember exactly what the soundtrack said when he talks, but he definitely interacts with everybody. And it's a cool little thing. He has a little light that comes on. Of course, you can't see it right now because there's a bunch of lights shining on it, like I said, but it is cool. It doesn't stay on super long, that light. He just kind of comes on and says something real quick. And I did notice that it sounds like he says a couple different things, but the light only seems to come on for one interaction in particular. Okay, moving forward, we have this like, I don't know how to explain this, but there's this little section right here where they're kind of going underneath, which is kind of like I don't know if it's like an entryway or what it is, but it's really a nice touch. They could have just gone just with the lighthouse, you know, just the tall part here, but they didn't. They added on this little like shack looking thing here. And it's a nice effect because the people are going through it and it just adds a little extra detail. Again, it's everywhere on this piece. I mean, and they even scattered the skulls around, which is cool. You can see it there kind of on the trim there, and then of course the trim there like we looked at earlier. And moving down to the base, they didn't cut corners here either. I think the rope going around like a dock is just a beautiful idea, and it really helped tie in the whole nautical theme. Gosh, I hope that's the right word. Anyways, we have the Point Dread sign right here, dead center. Killer. Killer, killer. It would have been cool though had it had its own light, but you know, other than that, you know, it's just the font is great. It's nice and big, easy to read, just really nice. You know, we have some octopus kind of stuff coming out, you know, some tentacles. I don't know if that's like a reference of maybe the Octo Squeeze or, you know, something like that. I don't know, but you know, it kind of plays off that same color scheme there, same idea. And of course we have some extra people laying around down here. You know, a lot of dead folks running around this place, you know. It's the Point Dread Lighthouse. What do you expect, you know? So, okay. As far as the soundtrack, it does have a soundtrack. The only thing I noticed, and I don't know if this is with all of them or just with mine, the soundtrack is a little hard to understand on this one. It's kind of muffled. I don't know. My guess is just the positioning of the speaker in the house particularly. If you listen to or watch the video on the Lemax website for this piece, you can hear the audio tracks clear for every house. And it's a beautiful soundtrack. I mean, my God. And, you know, when they're talking, that's really clear, but the music and the sound effects and stuff, not so much. But anyway, it's a fantastic soundtrack. And really, you know, when you're putting this, you know, in your water area or your pirate area or whatever you got, you know, park some ships next to it. There's so many things that you can put this with. It would just go for miles. It's a beautiful, beautiful piece. I think, and real quick, this was not a Michael's exclusive, just for the record. But I really think it definitely more than could have been. It is perfect. I absolutely love it. I think you will love it too. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit the lights and turn up the sound so you can hear it and check it out for yourself. This thing really does all the talking for itself. So thank you guys as always for taking the time to support my channel. I appreciate it so much. And please, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next one.